Well, hey Mustangs, welcome back to Kennard TV. In this episode, we'll be talking about Habit 4. This is the first of the public victories, so we're getting into the trunk of the tree now, and we'll be moving into the habit called Think Win-Win. But before we get started with that, one of the universe's greatest jokes. All right, here's a sports joke for you. Why do quarterbacks succeed in school? Because they're skilled at passing. You know, passing class, passing the football. It's a great joke. One of the universe's greatest. All right, let's move on. We are in Habit 4. Again, the first of our public victories, Think Win-Win. And our counselor, one of our counselors, Mrs. Young, is going to take us through that work. Mrs. Young, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Morrill. Hey, it's really good to see you guys. We're talking about the fourth habit, and you guys, you know, we sort of say what it is, but we got to really sort of dig into this and get a sense of this. Remember what we're focusing on, win, but, you know, our habit is bigger than that, right? What is it? It's think win-win, okay? So we start looking at this habit, and we don't just got one win now. We got 2 wins, right? It's a double win. Let's make it big. Let's have 2 of them. Let's have lots of wins, right? So think win-win is different. Here's our definition for it. It's an adjective. I sort of like that, right? So it describes something, which is sort of cool when you start thinking about that. But it's advantageous to both sides. A win-win situation. We can set up situations so that they're win-wins. Here's a great graphic for that, right? What you want, right? What they want. And in the middle, there can be win-win, right? So this is in life what we're looking for. And what I want to point out is that sometimes people feel like, oh, you know, in order to let somebody else win, they're still in that win-lose, you know, idea. I've got to give up what I want. And some of us are just really nice people, and we want others to feel good and do well. So we give up what we want. That's not okay either. That's called a lose-win. And so you've got to decide what you want, stick to it, be assertive about it, take it, but also let the others have the win. Let them have what they want. And it can be done, right? So how can it be done? So you got to have an abundance mindset. So you can create this win-win, but how do you do it? You think there's enough for everyone, which is a really different way to think. Remember, turning it on side of its head. Really different way to think. There's enough for you and me. So this idea, right, of abundance. We could think of water as the only way I can get water is in a bottle, right? Well, it's going to run out, right? Or we can think of, I can get water if I need water from a river. It's never running out. It's constantly flowing. There's enough for everyone. So we got to change our mindset into there's enough for everyone, okay? Then, another way to create the win is you let go of competing in daily life, right? You compete in games and sports and all those kinds of things, competitions, awesome. That's great, competing's fun, it's awesome. But in everyday life, you want to let go of competing. And then, another way to create that win-win is to let go of comparing yourself to others. And easier said than done, for sure. But keep the focus on ourselves and that mindset of abundance, and then other people can also have that win and get what they want, and you can get what you want. So habit 4 on our tree, you know, see it's number 4. It's coming up out of the ground, and the reason is that you've got to do this. You got to do this internal work, this work on yourself first, right? And so you're not going to be able to not compare yourself unless you're focused on you and have a good sense of yourself. You're not going to be able to not compete if you feel like, you know what, I'm only better if they're not great. Do this root work here, right? And then we can get to our win-win. All right, so here's a fun little video for you guys to watch, which just exemplifies the win-win in action. So I want you to take a look at that, and I want you to focus at the beginning where just the feelings of that, of what's happening in the beginning, and then how are the feelings at that very end different.
Ooh, hello.
So in that video, hopefully what you saw, right, is that there's competition, there's pitted against each other. There's the idea that win-lose, but then at the end, what a difference, right, in the experience that both of them are having. They're in the win-win, right, and they're both in the positive feelings and the positive energy. So wanted you to see that because it has to be created, right, and so it's created by people. And we want you guys to be the creators, students at Kennard, right? And so we don't want you to just think win-win. We want you to be win-win. We want you to live win-win. We want you to embody it. We want you to create it. And we believe you guys can do that. But let's look at what it means to win. And when we talk about winning, right, here's the positive thing about it. It has really, it engenders good things. It brings good things. Feelings that come out of winning or a win, right? Happiness, self-esteem, feeling good about ourselves, pride. This idea that I can do things, this can-do attitude, right? It also brings good energy, right? If you win, you get excitement, positivity, optimism. So there's this part of win that's excellent. We keep looking at this idea of win, right? We've also got to sort of look at a part that maybe is, in essence, sort of negative, right? When we think of win, it's sort of this black and white. Always there's a winner, there's a loser. This idea of somebody wins, somebody loses, and it just sort of has this 2D idea to it. So even think about a football game, right? People are going in there to watch, and what they want is their team to win, and then everyone else doesn't matter. Everyone else loses. You know, the Olympics or any kind of races and games. First place winner, second place, third place. What about the rest? They're gone, right? And even we start to tier them. So this idea of win also has this idea of losing in it, right? So in life, though, we're not playing a game, right? And games are they're set apart from life. We create boundaries for them. We create ways we do it. We create new rules. We create situation that isn't even really lifelike, but we're living life all the time. It's real people, right? So I want you to start thinking about that, and I want you, I'm going to pause right now, I want you to either write down some answers to this, or if there's a person 6 feet away at another desk that you can sort of talk to about this, how do you win in relationships? How do you win with people? All right, so that's all we got, and we're going to send it back to Mr. Moore.
All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Young. Great job with Habit 4. Stay tuned next week when we talk about my personal favorite, Habit 5. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.